Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
This episode of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show is sponsored by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the #1 platform to browse, discover, and experience best events in town, all in the palm of your hand. From heart-pounding concerts that can make you dance to nail-biting sports games that can keep you on the edge of your seat. SeatGeek has it all, from exclusive deals and personalized recommendations tailored just for you. Use the promo code DHopkins and get $20 off your first purchase. So join the movement. SeatGeek. Get up, get out, and get tickets. What up, what up, what up, what up? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen. We are here and we are live and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with another episode of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show, episode 65. I am your host, Darion of the Darion Hopkins Show, and I am happy and I am ecstatic. I am ecstatic to get back into getting into the podcasting, getting into everything of that nature. I'm just trying to fix my camera a little bit, but I am here to talk about y'all, man. I'm here to talk about y'all. We are live on Twitch as well, and that's the one thing I do have to do is go to Twitch and let the people know that I'm in here. So anybody that's watching on Twitch right now, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I really greatly appreciate the love and the support that I have been getting from the Twitch account. Just to let y'all know, again, it will be up and running for the NFL season until YouTube allows me to get back on there. So I really do appreciate everybody on there. I appreciate everybody that's in the chat so far. We have a lot to talk about. We have some good news about me and everything else, but let's just get down to that part of things. Before I do that, I do want to put the Twitch out there. Give me we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about, I might not get through every topic that I have because a lot of NFL talk has came down the pipeline. So just give me 1 second while I get this done here. I was just supposed to do this on Twitch. All right, so boom, there goes the link right there for y'all to follow me on Twitch. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty of things, man. And I am excited. I am ecstatic to get into everything. Y'all see there on SeatGeek, y'all. Y'all see there on SeatGeek. What's going on, man? Miss you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. But just to let y'all know, we are in the building. We are finally back. And I think my co-host is back as well. The man himself, Mr. Mac himself.
What's up?
What is going on, buddy? What's up, man?
Oh man, my computer don't want to work.
Oh, I feel it. I understand. I completely understand. Completely understand. But I was just letting the people know that yeah, I have some good news. I officially start my new job on Monday, ladies and gentlemen. I start my new job on Monday. It's Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 3:30. So it's gonna be times where you know I can do it. Sometimes I can't, but it's a full-time job. I'm just trying to get the distance on how long it's gonna take me to get home because I take public transportation. But it's not it's not that inconvenient, like an hour away bus wise for like 20 minutes driving. But other than that, got a new job, got everything good. Clearances, the PA Commonwealth, you got to get all these clearances and get all these certifications for me to start. So that's what I was in the process of doing of that. So, what's been up with you, bro? I know we haven't did a show in a while, so what's been up with you?
Well, I rescued two XL blue bullies yesterday.
Mm.
So they were in a bad spot, I guess you'd say, and went and saved them up out of there and got them with the kids. And like, I didn't realize how big they were going to be until I looked them up. And when I picked them up, I seen the dad, and the dad was about 200 pounds. Like, he looked like the size of two pit bulls put together.
Oh wow. Whew.
Yeah.
You should have been on the news then, brother. Damn, you should have been on the news for all that.
Well, I mean, and the whole thing is like, I honestly, I was just gonna pay for them.
Okay. Okay.
I was just I was gonna pay for the dogs just so I can make sure I got them, but they didn't charge me because I mean, obviously they really didn't have a proper home for the dogs. But regardless, and then they told me it was a male and a female. I pick them up; they're both males. I mean, they're both females.
Oh darn! You thought you was gonna make some puppies out of that one. That's what.
Oh
You
no,
thought.
no, they're siblings. They're siblings.
Oh, see,
yeah.
I didn't see. Okay,
Yeah,
my bad.
no.
My bad. But yeah. So it's been a lot of talk, during this preseason. A lot of stuff happened today.
Shout out to the Commanders. Shout out to the Commanders, bro. For us not losing a preseason game since 2015, you know what I'm saying? We almost went 10 fucking years without losing in the preseason. So I give it to them. They put their shit together. They won.
Now the Raiders hold that record. Unfortunately, I hate that record so much. I hate that record. I don't want us to hold no records at this point. So I mean, it's been a lot of storylines that came down, especially today. I don't even know if I might have to go off the topics. I might have to delete some topics out of here. As much NFL topics that happen.
Look, I ain't gonna miss nothing because I didn't even get a chance to look at it. Like seen, I didn't come into the group chat until like 4:00.
Well, let's talk. Well, let's talk about this then. Let's get down to it. I don't know if y'all seen the Instagram that I posted on the Darion Hopkins Sports Show Instagram that Sam Darnold has beat out Trey Lance as the number 2 quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. And you know what? We talked about it a few times.
Remember what I said? I said they need to trade him while his trade value was still good over the season. Now he's playing third fiddle. What do you think that tells other teams? No team is going to want to jump out there and grab him now because they're like, if you got beat out by Sam fucking Darnold, that's pretty fucking bad.
And how can I say it? It's from what I saw on Twitter, like that's where I got the report from. I got it from Ian Rappaport. So Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero. Say what?
I seen it on Facebook a few minutes ago.
Yeah, so I got the information from Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero. I get my notifications, really quickly on there. So when it comes to Trey Lance, it's a sad situation because you was the top 3 overall pick in a couple years ago in the draft, and to go from being injured after injury, and then now you finally have a chance to get that number 2 spot because they already told that Brock Purdy is going to be the guy. That already shows. But they saying that, Sam Darnold, played well in camp, grabbing the opportunity behind Brock Purdy. Ian Rappaport said that he earned it, no doubt. In this decision, Trey Lance will definitely take heart. I think he will take heart of it because he was a high draft pick. And San Francisco is going to explore their options with him prior to the draft, where a few trade discussions, perhaps for those that might be, picked up. But there was some other rumors stating that it's a possibility that they could probably trade him to the Vikings, which is Trey Lance's hometown and his home team. And it was rumored during the draft at that time when Trey Lance was there that's where the Vikings thought the Vikings was going to go. So for me, I'm gonna have to say this: Trey Lance is going to be a number 2 in this league from now on. There's no starting position. I don't think he could come in and start right now, no matter where he gets traded to.
Can I say this? My dark horse in the Trey Lance is the Seahawks. I think
he's gonna have to beat out Geno.
Well, no, I'm not talking about for this year. I'm saying for like future. You want a future chance of starting. Seattle, I think, is the dark horse to go snatch him up, let him sit behind Geno. Anything happen to Geno because they have a similar play. Like that's the kind of offense he needs to be in. He needs to be in a running gun offense. That's like Kyle Shanahan's offense isn't built for somebody like him. Now, can Trey Lance conform to that offense? Sure he could. But as we can see, he got beat out by Sam fucking Darnold. The West Coast offense is the basic bread and butter offense. If you can't run that offense, then you're like you're a trick pony. You're a trick pony. And that's what he's looking at like right now. So I think if he got with somebody like Seattle, that they could help groom him and get him in the right direction, playing in the scheme that he can thrive in.
So there, outside of Seattle, there's no other team that you can see him probably.
Tampa?
Yeah,
Tampa,
but
he could fight.
Yeah, I mean Tampa, yes, but is it? So it makes more of a quarterback competition now in Tampa, and you got one more game left in the preseason. As of right now, I think they already went with Baker being the starter. But if you're going to trade for Trey Lance, yeah, of course, I think as of right now they made Baker the starter. He's going to have to beat out Kyle Trask, which had a good training camp as well. And Trey Lance didn't have a great training camp. I mean, when you look at the preseason games, his games was not that great. So his value is, like you said, his value has went down, but he still has uncertainty of being fully healthy to play a 17-game season because I don't even think he played 5 games yet in his career being a quarterback in the NFL. So it's going to be really tough for Trey Lance to find a team at this point.
Yeah, I mean, and the other crazy thing that me and my buddy was talking about, and mind you, he's a Patriots fan, so he was talking about the Patriots picking him up because Belichick he's not a great offensive coach, but he's the best at getting the best out of players.
Right.
And that's why I'm saying, like, I'm naming Seattle, I'm naming, the Patriots, because it's like those are 2 damn good coaches that can get the best out of players. And I feel like that's what he needs. He needs a coach that can help him in the right direction and help, scheme shit around him. That's why I was surprised the Washington Commanders didn't go after him during the summer.
I think they sold on Sam Howell. That's why.
I mean,
they might be sold on Sam Howell because they want stability. And right now with Trey Lance, can you really get that stability with him, knowing that we don't know how healthy he really is? I mean, he played in the preseason, of course, I understand that, but when I see him run, I'm just be nervous.
Oh, well, I mean,
I'd be nervous when he scrambles because that's how he hurt it. That's how he broke his ankle.
That's exactly why I didn't say the Vikings, Anthony, because I know they have a backup behind Kirk Cousins that is looking good from what we've seen. But my whole thing is like edit video shots of practice and scrimmages. Like, they're supposed to look good. They're supposed to look good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can make a guy that had 15 drops that day, but he had 2 good catches, and all of a sudden it looked like he had a great day. But he had 10 fucking drops. See, it's a misconception sometimes.
Yeah. And there's a lot of good players a lot of good rookies that came out in this draft that's having good preseasons. I'm not going to lie. They having good preseasons. So, I mean, my guy Aiden O'Connell has looked good in the last 2 games. I mean, I'm just saying, I just had to throw that out there. He's looked good in the last 2 games, and I know he's gonna be out Brian Hoyer for the number 2 spot. I just think so, in my opinion. I talked about it on my show yesterday, on the Nothing But Raiders podcast. But Trey Lance, I just wish the best for you, bro. I know it's not really a lot of room for you to start right now, but if you could find somewhere where you could be a number 2, I just hope that you're ready. God forbid something happens to any starter in this league. Hopefully you're up and ready to go, bro. That's just how I see it for Trey Lance.
Okay. I got one trivia. I got to give it to you now.
What? You got a trivia today?
I got one trivia because somebody brought it up to me the other over the weekend, right?
Okay.
So, what 2 NFL teams were combined for a year?
2 NFL teams that was combined for a year?
In the NFL.
2 NFL teams that was combined for a year. I would say Ravens and Cleveland.
No.
Okay.
Way before the Ravens were ever thought of.
Way before the Ravens were thought of? So this is like back in the day. Okay.
Yes. This is definitely back in the day. It's the only time it's ever happened.
I haven't. Oh man, it's so many legendary franchises. I know. Was it Kansas City?
No, not Kansas City.
Did Anthony Price get it right?
Nope.
Okay. New England, not New England, and the Bears. Damn.
I'll say the teams are on the east side of America.
I mean, Jets and Giants.
Nope. One more guess.
Huh?
So I'll give you one more guess.
Philadelphia and I'm trying to think of other East Coast teams. Damn. Yeah, I give up. I have no clue about that.
Well, you had it. You had it. So Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And the Steelers.
Get the what? How?
Yep. And what was it in 1946 or 1976? I'm
gonna say 46 because in the 70s the Steelers was their own team.
It was 46. It was when I think World War II was going on.
That had to be that's definitely the 40s.
Yes. So it was World War II. Pennsylvania was one of the hardest hit states where pretty much any able-bodied guy got signed up and joined the military. Right. Most pro athletes signed and got sent in the military. So for them, they didn't have enough guys to have a full team. So the Steelers and the Eagles combined together and made a team. Right? They called themselves the Steagles.
Joe.
Yeah, listen. And they still hold a record for the most fumbles in a game.
And how many fumbles was that?
10 versus the Giants.
How you had 10 fumbles in a foot? That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Hey, but they went 5-4-1 and made the playoffs.
You could tell that the NFL definitely has evolved. If 5-4-1 gets you into the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, but you're talking about the NFL when it had 8 teams.
Yeah, that's another thing too. That's why I said the NFL evolved, so. But that was a good trivia one. I'm not gonna lie, that was definitely a great trivia one. I can't even be mad at it. But Jonathan Taylor. Now we all knew the trade rumors about Jonathan Taylor. They finally gave him a chance to seek a trade, and Jonathan Taylor got some more news today saying that he got till Tuesday. Next next Tuesday, not this one that's passed, but next Tuesday, for him a deadline to find a deal. Now, we all know that reported today that they gave Jonathan Taylor to seek a trade. This has went south for the Indianapolis Colts. This has went south for Jim Irsay, and it's sour between Jonathan Taylor and his organization. But on Tuesday is that day that teams must trim down a 53-man roster, and Jonathan Taylor's future will be under the spotlight, as such as a decision needs to be made as he's on an actively physically unable to perform list. Now, they saying is, I don't know why my eye is acting retarded, but they saying is if they place him on a reserve PUP list, that he would miss at least 4 weeks of the NFL season. If the Colts don't trade him, they'll have to either activate him or take that next step by Tuesday's deadline. So, what teams built to go get Jonathan Taylor right now? But just before you answer that question, just want to give the people their numbers. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, who led the league in carries with 332, with rushing of 1,811 rushing yards and 18 touchdowns, and rushing per game 106.5 in 2021. Only reason why he didn't repeat those numbers is because he got hurt last year. So, what teams right now should go after Jonathan Taylor right now, since they got till Tuesday to come to a deadline?
The Texans. I'm sitting here thinking maybe the Vikings. The Patriots could also use somebody.
They signed Zeke, so I wouldn't. I mean, see, that's my thing. There's only one team that you haven't named that needs a running back in the NFL, and that is the Miami Dolphins. I think the Miami Dolphins.
They have running backs. They have running backs.
They have Wilson and Raheem Moser. That's it. Okay. They don't really have no solidified quality running back like a Jonathan Taylor type. But if you said the Texans, they got the guy Damian. I think his name was Damian Pierce or something like that. The rookie that they got last year that did really well. Minnesota, I like that because even though the guy Madison,
who's the running back for Denver?
He got hurt too. I forgot his name. It was
Listen,
what is his name?
I'm just telling you.
He did get hurt. I forgot his name though. But
listen. If there was a Sean Payton move on the table, it's this one.
You think so?
Oh yeah. A running back that can carry the load, catch out of the backfield. Yeah, and isn't Williams there too?
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about. That got hurt. I don't know if he's healthy right now, but I could look it up real quick. But
who got Jamal Williams?
The New Orleans Saints have Jamal Williams.
Okay. I knew it was one of them Southern teams. That's why I'm sitting here thinking hold on.
But as far as Jonathan Taylor goes, Javonte Williams is the running back for the Denver Broncos, and I think he had a good year last year until he got hurt. I don't know if he's hurt this year, but I think he got hurt last year. But it was Javonte Williams. The Bills could use a running back, knowing that they never really use. But I don't like their offense to a point where I wouldn't want him to go to the Bills. But I think Miami is a big need of a running back.
And
it makes that AFC East even more stacked if you add him, knowing that the Jets just got Dalvin Cook. So bring a Jonathan Taylor over to the AFC East. It will make it very, very competitive. Would you think Baltimore would trade for him?
Yeah, but we don't have the money. That'd be the biggest problem is the money. Now, I mean, granted, if we could get him to come to Baltimore, play this year, and then next year worry about getting paid, then yeah, we'd be off and fucking cooking. But I know he's worried about getting paid.
Yeah, he's worried about getting paid, but I don't really think these running backs is not really trying to reset the market any way. I think they just want that 13, 14, probably 12 to 13, or probably 14 at the most million. But I mean, if you don't have it, then you don't have it. But
Yeah,
Jonathan Taylor's only 24 years old. I mean, that guy still got a lot of left in the tank.
I think if Lamar Jackson was 30 years old, I think we would go. We would be going all out. We'd be going and trying to snatch up a Taylor. We'd be trying to reset and fucking grab a couple more cornerbacks. Like, we'd be trading, wheeling and dealing right now. But because Lamar Jackson's only 25, like, or what did he just turn 26?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if he's 4 or 5 years older, then yeah, we'd probably be in like win now mode. But because we still got 4 or 5 years, like, it's not necessarily win now mode. We're just trying to be competitive so we can win.
Yeah, so I mean, Denver will probably be a spot if Javonte Williams is not 100% healthy. I can see him going there. And Anthony Price said, take a pay cut and go to the Chiefs. You know what? If he wants to win a championship, I think Jonathan Taylor is one of those guys that would do that. He would take a pay cut.
Man,
if he wants to win a championship.
Listen. In about 4 years, when Deion Sanders comes to the NFL, I hope to God the Ravens are the team that signs his ass. I'm just telling you, as a football coach, Deion Sanders has done more than the best college coaches out there. His career has already started and eclipsed so many.
Agreed.
Especially with a school like Jackson State. Now he's going to Colorado and he's gearing like. But I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you, like, bro.
But Jonathan Taylor, man, is but this really went sour. We talked about this a couple of months ago, you know, with Jonathan Taylor in the Indianapolis Colts, especially with Jim Irsay coming out and saying what he was saying. And right now, Jonathan Taylor is not happy with this organization. He's just not. So you just might just giving what he wants, but at the same time, what the Colts went back in return, that's going to be the biggest thing, because I feel like they're going to want some first round draft picks, or they're just going to want multiple draft picks. For me, if you are a team out there, you give up some draft picks, but you go get a player as well. Add a player and get some draft swap with that.
I'll give you a 5th round, a 4th round, and Patrick Queen.
I mean, that's if Indianapolis is willing to take that, I say go for it. But from what I'm hearing in a few sources stating that they want at least a first round.
Oh, they're not getting that. They're not getting that. Any team that's what I'm saying. Fucking foolish. It's foolish because it's essentially a 1-year rental. Because no matter what, he's going to want to get paid. So no matter what his next stop, if they don't pay him, it's only a 1-year wonder.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying is, fuck that. Force the Colts' hand. Cut him. I'll pay him in free agency, but I'm not going to pay you. I'm not going to overpay you for a guy that I'm going to have to turn around and pay again. So I'm going to have to pay you and I got to pay him? No.
So do you feel like, speaking of this whole Jonathan Taylor, they gave him the deadline to Tuesday. Do you feel like players should start negotiate a trade clause in their contracts now? Because I don't like bringing up Derek Carr, but that's what he had with the Raiders in his contract when he signed. He had a no trade clause. If you're going to trade me, you're going to trade me to the team that I want to go to. And they couldn't get a deal done. So they end up having to release him, and they don't get nothing back in return. So do you think some players is need to put something in their contract and say, I want this trade clause in there, especially like a guy like Jonathan Taylor?
Listen. And this is what I'm saying, right? It is up to you and your agent to hammer out your contracts.
Right.
Just like the teams put stipulations in the contracts, you can also put stipulations in the contracts. It goes both ways.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
if I put in the contract that if I get into more than 2 verbal altercations with my position coach, I get to have a sit down with the coaches and the owners.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't get X amount of snaps per game, you know what I mean? I'm this is what happens. If you want to trade me, I get to go to the team that I pick. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
right. So you would add that. So if it
was
was you would add that in your trade clause. If that was you would add a trade clause in your contract.
Yes, like I mean, but that's what I'm saying. You have to cover your own ass here. That's what I'm saying. It's never going to be a lock and stock. Here you go. Here's a basic NFL contract. Just like same thing when you go to a job interview. When I go to the job interview, I tell them, look, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. What's your counter offer? Oh, well, we'll counter offer you this. Okay, so I'll counter offer you this. Like my whole thing is I've never walked into a job and been like, oh, you're paying this? Okay, I'll take that. Nah, I'm at least trying to get another $1 or 2 about you. Like I mean, why not? Why not?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
So that's what I'm saying. So it is. There's some players out there that put all those little clauses in there, right? Larry Fitzgerald, that motherfucker should have had a no drop clause. Right, if you would have had a non-drop clause, what? Extra $1 million on that paycheck every single year. Every year I have less than 5 drops.
That's an incentive. Like if I have less than 5 drops, then that's what I get.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. So if I'm a player, I want those things added in there. I want to make extra money by doing extra things. By doing what I do extremely well, then I want to get paid for it. I'm sorry, Anthony. A second round pick, that is to me, for us to give up a second round pick and Patrick McQueen. Nah, Patrick Queen is that second round pick. That's the reason why you would trade Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen got at least one fire ass year with us coming in this year. So again, it's the same thing. Like we're paying him dirt cheap for his services. So trading him is like trading a early second round pick, because you're not going to tell me any team he goes to in the NFL he starts. He's a starter,
right?
So that guarantees he's a second round pick. You know what I mean? That's what his worth is. So maybe 2 4s. I could see giving 2 4s, but yeah, anything higher than a 4th and Queen doesn't really make sense in the trade.
I mean, if you're not the Baltimore Ravens and people want to give up a third round, 1 second, 1/3, and 1/4 for him, I don't think the coach is going to take it. And this is why I feel like Jonathan Taylor is going to stay with the Indianapolis Colts, and he might miss out the first 4 weeks because the demands of what the Indianapolis Colts want as an organization is unrealistic. And I don't think there's a lot of teams out there that's really going to jump the gun and give up a first round pick, especially no matter where their picks are going to be at next season. I'm not giving up my first round picks. If I have multiple first round picks and I have a chance to do that, sure, I can give up one. If I have like 3 first round picks and I can just give up one of those, I'm fine with that. But it really depends on what number that I'm at. If I'm at number 27 in the first round, I can give up 20. I can give up that pick. I'm not giving up a top 10 pick. I'm not giving up a top 15 pick. I'm just not doing that. So if I'm the Indianapolis Colts, you're going to have to meet the demands of the other team of what they want. And you're going to have to understand what Jonathan Taylor wants as well. And he wants out. So you're going to have to find some way and somehow to get him out of Indianapolis and let him be happy and let the other team deal with the antics of him getting a new contract.
The Rams. The Rams have been linked. The Rams have been linked heavy into doing trade.
And it's been 6 teams, but they have not named the 6 teams that was interested though. That's the thing.
Well, I'm sitting here. I've got 3 articles that I'm sitting here looking at, and 2 of them are in the last 6 hours.
So what teams outside of the Rams do you see there?
I mean, I'm not. I was only looking at the Rams because that was the first thing that popped in my head. Because I'm like, man, Cam Akers. You put Taylor in there. That's a fucking hell of a one too.
That's a 1-2. I like that.
Bro,
Question
that's
who's the quarterback?
That's the fucking straight and a hook. You know what I'm saying?
Who's the quarterback?
That,
Is Stafford going to be 100% healthy?
Jabbing it straight. That's a fucking straight and a hook. That motherfucker. Shit.
But the Rams is a kind of an underrated team that, Cam Akers is a good running back, but they have a 1-2 punch with Taylor and Akers. I like that. And on top of that, my question is how healthy Matthew Stafford is. That's my only biggest problem with the Rams at this point.
Bro, could you imagine, right, them having 2 running backs on a team that break 1,000 yards? Ooh.
See, I did say Miami are cool. I did say that. Anthony Price, I would not say the Chargers because now you have 2 running backs that's looking for contracts, and Austin Eckler and Jonathan Taylor. They're looking for better contracts than what they have now. That's a headache for the Chargers in itself. That's a pure headache. So I wouldn't even do that to myself and even go to the Chargers. But the Chargers is offensively they're good, but I don't think they need it at this point.
All I'm saying is somebody's going to be pissed. Somebody's going to be pissed. So my 2 dark horses, right? I'll say the Vikings and I'll say the Cowboys.
Now, they talked about that on the Get Up.
Those are my 2 dark horses. Those are my dark horses.
But they talked about him going to the Cowboys. They talked about that. But, I mean, of course, Sal Palatino is a guy that is, he's predominantly an Eagles reporter for ESPN, basically. But because Sal Palatino said that it'll be the same situation of what you have in Zeke. I completely disagree because Zeke is older than Jonathan Taylor. He's only 24 years old. He's not damn near 30. The guys still have legs. The guys still have wheels. And you still have a lot of uncertainty with Tony Pollard that tore his Achilles at the end of the year. So how 100% healthy he's going to be. But I like the fact that they talked about Dallas because Dallas could definitely be a dark horse, and Jonathan Taylor can be the number 1 there, even though that Tony Pollard is on a franchise tag. I still think Miami is the best fit. It just helps out Tua as a quarterback to hand the ball to Jonathan Taylor and trust him. With that offense, I think is the best fit outside of the Rams.
I hope Boog ain't watching. But fuck that. I do not want to see him go to no motherfucking Miami. Because if Tua's healthy, he's got fucking Waddle, he's got fucking Tyreek Hill, he's got fucking what's his name, Wilson or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and then turn around and have fucking Taylor too. Oh man, fuck that bullshit. I ain't trying to have to fucking defend that shit.
Listen. I had to tell the Raiders fans, like, listen, we're not trading for Jonathan Taylor, bro. We're not doing that. So get it out your heads now. I had to say it on the show last night. Get it out your heads. We're not trading for Jonathan Taylor. We're just not doing it. It doesn't make sense. But just imagine if he stays in the AFC, he goes to that AFC East. I'm telling you right now, that AFC East might be the best division in football on paper until we actually see him physically play. So that's a story in itself. So at the end of the day, Jerry Jones said that he's fine with the running back room. Anthony Price said that he was laughing at it. I found something that they said Miami and the Bears are the front runners. Now, you know what? The Bears wouldn't be that bad with DJ Moore, Justin Fields, Chase Claypool, Cole Kmet, and getting a Jonathan Taylor to go play for the Chicago Bears. I think that would be smart too. So for me, I'll say Miami, I'll say the Rams, and I'll say the Bears. I think those 3 is really good for me when it comes to Jonathan Taylor.
I want the Patriots. Please, fuck, man.
Why? Why you want him to go to the Patriots so bad? I wonder why. Break it down to me.
Listen. Okay, so it gives Mac Jones another weapon.
True. Yep.
B, it gives the Patriots offense under Bill O'Brien the chance to dude, they might be the best 1-2 duo in the fucking league this coming year if the Patriots could go get them. Could you imagine? So hear me out, right? So what you do is when you want to run the ball on first down, right? The first time you do it, you give it to Taylor, right? The second time you do it, you get Elliott out there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And every other first down, you sit there and you just swap them. Everything else, you don't need. You give hot hand. Hot hand takes the ball. But if you rotate it like that, bro, that could be fucking scary, man. Especially if Elliott is good for them, bro. He's a downhill runner. If you pull that guard and let him literally shoot that first gap and go, bro, that's what he thrives on. Cut and go. Like I'm just saying this mainly because that Bill O'Brien's going to pull that off with the Patriots offensive line. They run a great zone blocking scheme, and that's exactly what you need. You need guys who are agile, who can literally, you find the block, boom, and go. You create the hole. He cuts up the hole. Now you put Taylor with that speed and those cuts and those openings. Whoo!
You might have something there, man.
I mean, again, that's what I'm saying. And then even in short yard situations, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if you know, like, look, I need 2.5 yards for that first down.
Right.
And Elliott is back on his shit. I think he would be a great power back. Like, bro, I don't need you to try to be a home run hitter. I need you to get these yards. It's called moving the chains. And that's exactly how I think that's how Belichick's going to use him. He's going to be a bell cow.
But speaking of the AFC East, speaking of Tua Tagovailoa, we have a situation here where Tua Tagovailoa decided to clap back at Ryan Clark. Now, we all know Ryan Clark is one of the hosts of the Pivot Podcast on YouTube, and we all know that he's an analyst on ESPN. So I don't know what Ryan Clark stated, but I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it all before I actually share it. So it says Tua Tagovailoa didn't take too kindly of the recent remarks made by ESPN and NFL analyst Ryan Clark about his physique. So Clark, who played 13 seasons in the NFL from 2002 to 2014, said in a segment on NFL Live earlier this week, saying that Tua Tagovailoa looks like he wasn't in the gym during the offseason and his body looks thick. Pause, by the way. And then so Tua Tagovailoa was asked about these questions. So I'm gonna just share the screen real quick and see if I could play this for y'all. And this is what he had to say. Let me know if y'all can hear it. This is what he had to say in the response to Ryan Clark.
Sorry.
Can y'all hear it?
He had some criticism about you, saying that you didn't hit the gym in the offseason, you didn't follow nutritionist advice.
Yeah.
If he were here, what would you say to him?
He probably knows more about me than I know about myself. I don't know. Ryan's been out the league for some time. So, I don't know. It's a little weird when other people are talking about other people when they're not that person. So I don't know. It's just a little weird. I come back. I like my background is like I come from a Samoan family. Like respect is everything, but it does get to a point where, hey, little easy on that, buddy, because I think we're pretty tough-minded people, and if we need to get scrappy, we can get scrappy too. Just saying.
I don't think he should like he meant what he said. Don't get it wrong. He meant what he said, but I think he should have he could have worded it a little better.
Okay.
As if look, my people show respect. I'm used to people showing respect, but if you're not going to show respect, then I can make sure I don't show you the same respect. I think that's more along the lines of what he wanted to say, but at the time, it's just coming out. You're practicing. You're talking to media. It's not always filtered But I don't think he was talking about assaulting him, but I think he's like, hey, look, bro, fuck you. But he didn't say fuck you.
So, I mean, according to this article, it does say that Clark's had the extensive experience about conditioning and body to play football. But it is plausible to see, something physical from Tua Tagovailoa in the Miami's preseason win over to Houston, Texas on Saturday to set off some alarm bells. With no one with the Dolphins, really seemed to concern. So for me, I'm gonna say this, and I understand if you would have talked about his football play, you talk about his physical specimen and his physique, bro. You're looking a little bit too much into it if you're Ryan Clark. That's just giving weird vibes to me.
All I'm saying is, where was that talk with Ben Roethlisberger's fat ass?
I wasn't even going to go that far.
Quarterback. That was your quarterback. Was you calling him a fat motherfucker? Was you saying he fat and chubby, non-working?
Was he saying that? Was he saying that he was thick? Like, come on, man. Like,
come on, bro. I mean, look, bro. You've been doing this for a while now, and the whole thing is for you to come out and say some stupid shit out your mouth like that. Like, motherfucker, what did you comment like?
That I just didn't understand, because Ryan Clark, I understand that you have that experience of you working out and stuff of that nature.
Like, it'd be different. It'd be different if he came back looking like he did last year, and he came back on the field look like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker come back out 6'6", 350 fucking pounds. You be like, oh shit, motherfucker, you ain't even got pads on. You can't hit no fucking motherfucker. Get on that bike. Get on that bike, you fat motherfucker.
Yeah, like it's if he would have came back looking like James Harden out of shape when he was with the Brooklyn Nets, with James Harden was,
belly.
Yeah, like a beer belly, like he just been drinking 6-packs for the last 4 months or something of that nature. I would have had no problem with this. But the fact that you said this, he looks thick, that gives me suspect. I don't care if you married or not, Ryan Clark. It looks suspect. Man. You said that he was thick. You said a grown man was thick.
Listen.
Come on, like, it's giving suspect. I'm telling you. It's something you when you say a guy looks thick, that's why when I read the article and I read the quote, I said pause, because I'm not quoting that Tua Tagovailoa is thick. I'm going up with Ryan Clark is saying. So at the end of the day, bro, if you want to say that he's thick, that's your prerogative. But I think it was unnecessary to talk about his physique. I understand you want to talk about his play or how he played in the preseason or how he played last year and how he's going to get better. But you're talking about a man's body physique. Like, come on.
Like I said, don't get me wrong. Like, I can understand made a quotation mark about it, and motherfucker, like I said, if he'd have showed up to camp weighing 300 pounds, you know what I'm saying? Like, your boy would have been worried, okay?
Right.
But like, my man didn't even come in weighing 280. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even sniffing no like. Come on, bro, get out of here.
He about like 220 or something like that. 210,
I mean, even if he was 240. Bro, what is he, like 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah, Tua's about that height. Let me just double. Go
ahead. Please look it up.
Yeah, I mean, let me look that up and just see his height real quick. He's actually 6'1", 227, according to Wikipedia.
Jesus Christ, bro. That's crazy.
I don't understand why they even talked about it. I don't get it.
Look, homie got to be wearing lifts, man. Like, my buddy's got a picture with him, and my buddy's like 6'1", and he's definitely taller than my buddy.
Okay. So, Tua, you want to clap back? That you have every right to do that. But speaking of another quarterback that we want to talk about, and I saw this topic on First Take, and I thought this was a very interesting topic. It is about Jalen Hurts. Now, they saying, knowing that all the weapons that Jalen Hurts has around him, and the way he was successful last year after coming off of a okay year before that team went to the Super Bowl, will Jalen Hurts be better or worse this season as far as production go? You know, the only reason why I say that is because if you look at his last year's stats, 66.5 completion percentage, 3,701 yards, 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with 101.5 passer rating. He had 3,100 yards in 2021 with a 61.3 completion percentage with 16 TDs and 9 interceptions. Of course, he had that 2020 year where he came in at the last minute.
Okay.
You feel like Jalen Hurts will have a drop off this year, or he will be better than what he did last year?
Okay. How many stat lines was that?
So those stat lines was from 2020. He had in 2020 year he had
how many stat lines? How many different stat lines? Just give me the number of how many different categories.
So completion percentage, yards, touchdowns, and interception and rating. That's 5 stat lines that I gave you.
All right. I bet you he'll improve 3 of those 5.
Okay, so what would be the 3 that he will be?
I mean, I don't know that off the top of my head. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you.
All right. So if you want to do passing yards,
I'm saying three of those categories will be better, right? 2 of those categories might go down, but I'm giving 3 out of 5. I'm giving 3 out of 5.
Okay.
So
I mean, dude, I think there's still a lot of room for improvement for Jalen Hurts, even though the Eagles went 14-2 or 14-1, something like that last year. They won a lot of games last year with the team that they have. But I'm going to be completely honest. You lost Miles Sanders, but you bring in DeAndre Swift. And you still have that running back by committee for the Philadelphia Eagles. You still have Dallas Goedert. You still have that same offensive line. And you still have your receiving cores.
That fucking defense.
Yeah, not everything on defense, but you have majority of that defense back.
Bro.
So I mean, you lose Kazir White, you lose Marcus Epps, you lose
if that defensive
Hargraves.
coordinator can't use that front 5 to keep, like, come on, bro. You don't deserve that defense then. Because I tell you what, them motherfuckers would be dogs. I'd have 5-6 motherfuckers running at that offensive line every goddamn time.
But I'm gonna say this though,
fucking defense in the NFL.
I'm gonna say this though, bro. I'm gonna be honest. The NFC is weak. I would not be surprised if the Philadelphia Eagles make it back to the Super Bowl because how weak the NFC is this year. That's just me. If you want to look at complete teams in the NFC, it's not too many you can say complete teams. You really can't. Eagles is. I think to me in that NFC conference, they're the number 1 complete team in the NFC.
Could you imagine the battle of the birds? The battle of the birds, the Eagles versus the Ravens in the fucking Super Bowl.
I mean, y'all played in the preseason. We saw a preview. I mean, I'm just saying.
Bro, I'm saying Zay Flowers, every time I see that motherfucker touch that ball, woo, he give you that little highlight, bro. I'm just saying, like, bro, between him and Brashad and Odell, like, bro, it might be hard not for Lamar not to get that 4,000 yard eclipse, especially because his favorite guy. Mark Andrews going to get 1,200. He going to get 12. If he on that field for at least 16 games, he ain't got to be all 17 games. Just 16 games, my man is getting 1,200 yards. You can believe that he giving you 10 tutties too.
But I'm gonna just say this though. But I just feel like the Philadelphia Eagles they can't get worse. I think they can get better. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to be better. I think he could throw for 4,000 passing yards. Mind you, he did miss a couple of games with that shoulder injury, last season when Gardner Minshew had to play. That's probably why he didn't get that 4,000. But I think if he plays all 16 to 17 games, he's going to eclipse the 4,000. I think his touchdowns is going to be a little bit higher. I think he'll have more than 22. But
bro, I
just don't want those. I just don't want those. I'm just nervous about him running the ball a little bit too much. I want to see more passing touchdowns than rushing when it comes to
I'm just telling you, from watching the practices and watching what Todd Monken is doing, Nah, bro. Like, bro, he might run the ball twice a game.
No, I'm saying for Jalen Hurts.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jalen Hurts. I want to talk about Lamar Jackson. I'm talking about for Jalen Hurts situation. I want to see more passing touchdowns.
Look.
I want to see more than 22 passing touchdowns. I think if he would have had more yards and more touchdowns and less interceptions, it would have been a tighter conversation for MVP.
So this is what I'll say. I will say he will eclipse 3,900 yards into the maybe like low 40 or 4,000 yards. And I'm talking about Hurts, right? He will eclipse 30 touchdowns this year. He'll proceed. He's going over 30 touchdowns this year. Like I'm telling, like, bro, he's going to have a great year all year long. Like, he's not going to be the best every single week, but he's going to be in the top 4 or 5 every single week. He's got the defense. He's damn sure got the offensive tools. Like, and then again, he's a gamer. He's a fucking gamer. He will rely on himself to win a game if he needs to. And that's what you want.
All right. So Jalen Hurts, I can't wait for this NFL season to start. I just need for it to start right now.
Listen,
I need for it to start right now.
Listen,
damn it.
I will say this. So I like Hurts enough that do you know who I compare him to?
What, Cunningham?
The snake from your beloved Raiders. Bro, I'm just telling you. You watch that escape, then moves, and then like, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Bro. I watched him, and I sit there. I watch old Raider footage every once in a while, and I get the old games, and I'll sit there and watch it, or I'll be on YouTube, and I'm sitting there watching it, and then I turn around and I watched him all last year, and it was just like,
Come on, Stabler. Come on, kid Stabler. Come on, man. Come on, one of the GOATs. Come on now. Stop playing with him, man. The snake was that ball, man.
Listen, Mark Andrews is the best all-around tight end in the motherfucking league. There's no tight end that blocks, catches, gets open, like all-around hauler of the fucking offense than Mark Andrews. He's literally the backbone of our offense. Like, there's no other tight end that comes even close to blocking and being a receiver. Like, there's none. Like, I don't give a shit. He sat there one-on-one and got Myles Garrett to the fucking ground. So I'm sorry. He's not gonna fall. He's not gonna go down. The only reason that they give Kelsey and Kittle all the praise is because of offense, and numbers. Kelsey's done it for so goddamn long. And don't get me wrong, Kittle is good, but I think Kittle also gets a super shine for where he plays.
Okay.
So I mean, let's be honest. If Mark Andrews was, say, on the Bengals, do you like bro? He would be getting superstar status right now.
Right.
Like I mean, let's be real. If you know what I mean, if he played for the Giants. Megastar. He'd be a fucking megastar. He'd be billboards everywhere, watch commercials, every fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's keep it real here. So that's ain't your team the Commanders, man.
But let's get on to the next topic. But I saw this topic on the Get Up because I got up mad early to try to fix the overlays and fix everything up and try to do things differently on this page. And I was watching it, and Mike Greeny, I think that's what his name is. He had the top 5 impact players that's on new teams in the NFL. That means that you are a free agent, you got traded, or you was a free agent and signed with a new team. And what type of impact you will bring to those teams. So his top 5 was number 5, he had DJ Moore. Number 4, he had Brandon Cooks. Number 3, he had Odell Beckham. Number 4, if he moves to another team, is Jonathan Taylor. And number 1, of course, he's a Jets fan, so he's going to pick Aaron Rodgers. Now, a lot of people disagree with his list because Jonathan Taylor is still with the Indianapolis Colts. And a lot of people said they should have moved DJ Moore from number 5 to number 2 on that list. which I agree. Right there, keep Odell at 3. But there's a lot of teams that might have impact on their, on their teams. You might have Baker Mayfield that might make an impact for the Buccaneers. You got Derek Carr for the New Orleans Saints. But what would be your 5 if you had to pick, Mac? I know you probably don't disagree. I know you probably disagree with this list, but who would be your 5 impact players when it comes to players going from one team to another, especially going to a new team?
You know what? I'm gonna go defensive heavy. I'm gonna say Zadarius Smith at 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Jalen Ramsey
when he get back from Miami. Yeah. I mean, you could go some offense tackle.
The one that left the Eagles.
Javon Hargrave.
Uh-huh.
For the San Francisco 49ers.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
That's why I'm sitting here. I'm trying to think of the name.
Yeah, Javon Hargraves is definitely gonna make an impact for that defense.
Rock Ya-Sin.
For Baltimore?
Woo. Yeah. I think he's gonna have a major impact. What was the
number one? It's one. I think I have a player that nobody said, but I think he's gonna make a bigger. I think he's gonna make a big impact offensively. I was waiting for you to finish so I can say it. I'm just waiting for it, brother. I mean, if you want to throw Dalvin Cook in there, I think he's gonna be a bigger impact than Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion.
No, I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. Now I want to think about it because my number one, I want it to be the best one, and then I'm sitting here thinking because it's just like.
But you know what though? Even though while you're thinking about that, I think your list is
what's his name? The one from the Cowboys.
Micah Parsons?
No.
Trayvon Diggs?
Tight end that left the Cowboys.
Oh, Dalton Schultz.
Uh-huh.
Oh, for the Texans. You know what? That would definitely help out CJ Stroud. I think he will make an impact for them. I like Dalton Schultz. I think he was a big impact for Dallas, and now he's with the.
I mean, he's going to be a safety blanket. So, bro,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised seeing him get 8 touchdowns, 800, 900 yards, like he's or better. I mean, like I said, he's not exactly playing for the Cowboys anymore. It's going to be the Texans, but with the new head coach, what's his name? Is it DeMarco?
D'Amico Ryans.
There you go. DeMarco D'Amico. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Listen, bro. I wholeheartedly want to see the Texans back in the playoffs. I do. Some of the best playoff games we had and playoff caliber games we had was going against the Texans with Matt Schaub and Adrian Foster. Them motherfuckers were so sneaky fucking good, man.
They were so underrated at that
we
time.
Played them
it really was.
Year. Like
they were so underrated at that time, bro. When I tell you that was when the Texans was on the map. Like the Cowboys was mediocre and the Texans was the best team in the state when it comes to professional sports at that time.
Listen, JJ Watt was the Texas defense.
Sure was. Absolutely.
You got you had 1 year. You had 1 year where you had Will Fork, and that was fucking amazing. Will Fork just refrigerating 2 fucking grown ass men walking into the quarterback, and JJ Watt just tearing off the head on the side. Jesus Christ, bro. That was supposed to be something beautiful.
I'm gonna say mine real quick. And mine's a little bit mixture, is kind of like defense and offense. Number 5, I'm definitely going to put DeAndre Hopkins. I think he's going to be an impact for the Tennessee Titans because we all know what type of talent he can do no matter what quarterback he has.
Who?
So DeAndre Hopkins for the Tennessee Titans. I think he's going to be an impact to help out Treylon Burks that second-year player that came out of I think it was Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken. It was one of those colleges. But I like DeAndre Hopkins at 5. I do like DJ Moore at 4. I think DJ Moore is really going to help out Justin Fields so much. And I saw some preseason games that he took a wide receiver screen to the house.
I think on this note, I think it's going to be the other way around. Justin Fields is going to help DJ Moore.
I wouldn't say that because DJ Moore has already been productive in this league in Carolina.
But I'm saying though, how many did he get? 1,200 yards.
I'm not too sure about that, but
that's I know I thought he had like a 900-yard season. I didn't think he eclipsed 1,000.
In 2021, he had 1,100.
1,100 in 2021.
Yeah, he had 1,100. He had 1,157 yards and 93 receptions.
And who was his quarterback?
With the Panthers in 2020.
Was that Cam?
In 2021, I don't. It probably was multiple.
Okay.
It probably was multiple because they even switch your quarterbacks. Panthers.
So what did he get last year?
In 2021, it was Sam Darnold, Cam Newton, and PJ Walker was the 3 quarterbacks that actually did play in 2021. That all 3 of them played in 2021.
Okay, but what did he have last year? How many yards did he have last year?
I do see that he missed 3 games last year, but he had 888 yards, 7 touchdowns on 63 receptions.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. DJ Moore will be helping him out a lot more because I think Justin Fields will be helping DJ Moore out because he's going to help him eclipse all the numbers. He's going over. He's definitely going the fuck over.
So I do like DJ Moore. I do like Jalen Ramsey. When Jalen Ramsey gets 100% back, I think he's going to be really, really good for this Miami Dolphins defense. I really do like that. Number 2, I'm gonna go Dalvin Cook. I think even though they have Breece Hall for the Jets, I think Dalvin Cook brings a different dynamic at the running back position for the New York Jets. And that's why I'm not putting Rodgers up there because, of course, Rodgers is the obvious. But I still wouldn't put Rodgers up there just yet. I just think, don't get me wrong, Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. We all know that. Waller was definitely one I totally forgot about. I think he's going to be an asset to the New York Giants. I think he's going to be good for them. CJ Gardner-Johnson, if he's healthy, he definitely will be good for the Detroit Lions. Number 1, I'm gonna be biased here. I'm going Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr will definitely go make an impact for the New Orleans Saints. He has the chance to win that division in a weak division of the NFC South. I do like the Atlanta Falcons too. Don't get me wrong. Carolina's still going to be on the uprise, but right now the most complete team in that division is the New Orleans Saints. So I really like Derek Carr to succeed in that offense, and they already have a good defense. And I think he could have that great impact. I really think so.
I got an honorable mention.
Okay.
Jesse Bates.
For Atlanta now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
I'm
not
honorable mention.
I'm not mad at Atlanta though. I think Atlanta looks really good. What I saw in preseason with they ones, Atlanta look all right.
Listen. I'll say this. Okay. If everybody remains coachable and everybody remains team, they can play up to their competition every single game, no issue, right? But if they don't continue to buy and they don't continue to play team, they can slip. And that's my because it's going to be fundamentals over talent with Atlanta. So these guys are getting coached up. You know what I'm saying? They're not playing. You know what I mean? Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But, hey, Jesse Bates is going to be definitely helping them. And they got Jeff Okudah over there. They traded for Jeff Okudah from the Detroit Lions. That was a high draft pick for them. And the Lions traded him to Atlanta. So if Okudah can stay healthy and can stay 100%, I think they'll really be good with the secondary. But I think Atlanta is one of those dark horse teams that people are going to really have to worry about offensively.
I mean, honestly, it's all their offense is on that quarterback. He played good. I give it to him.
Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, he played good. And the fact that they're giving him another chance means that he's putting the work in.
Right.
And he's got to be putting that work in.
And he took the job from Marcus Mariota last year. I mean, it's okay. Marcus Mariota. I get it. But
I'll give you claps because you took a job, but no offense, Marcus Mariota ain't been good in like 4 years. Let's. I
can say this though: when he was with the Raiders, he played pretty fine until he got hurt. But he's an injury-prone quarterback. He was fine when Carr had to go down and he got hurt. And yeah, other than that, when Marcus Mariota was not available, he was the highest paid backup in the NFL, which that was bogus to me. But that's the Raiders for you. So we get down to the nitty-gritty of preseason. We actually are in the final week of preseason, and there's some notable names that's possibly to be traded.
Listen to me. This guy was a first-round pick, okay? And how many sacks does he have? He's played for multiple years, right? We drafted him 2 years ago.
Okay.
For me, I'm sorry if I draft you in the first round or second round, and I don't get at least production by year 2. Yeah, it's kind of a waste of pick, and that's pretty much what ground he's standing on.
Okay, so let's just get down to it because, like I said, preseason week 3 is definitely here. It will start Thursday, of course, of all the preseason games, but roster cuts is going to come down, I think, on the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. I think right after all the preseason games are done. But it's some players that might be traded before these roster cuts, and I have 5 of them here.
Can I say this? I think in especially this year and the years upcoming, I think there's going to be a serious trade day on that cut day. That last day,
you
have to cut yourself. I think that's going to start being a huge trade day because for years people just got cut. Like now, I'm seeing more teams are going to start sitting back on the phones that last day. So look, you know what I mean. Look, for 5th round pick, we'll give you this person, this person, this person. Yeah, I send them. You know what I mean? Now you've got to pick for what you cut and lost. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, you still got to keep, you know what I mean, your practice squad guys.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you're talking about I think, what is it, 15 or 16 guys that you get to keep on that squad. So it's tough, brother.
Devontae Adams traded to no Jets. Stop that. I don't know where you're getting that source from. Trust and believe. I follow everything Raiders. I follow everything NFL. I follow everything Raiders and everything NFL. That would have been breaking news coming across my screen right now if that happened. So Anthony Price, stop it. But roster cuts is August 29th, which is the same day Jonathan Taylor has to make a decision of what he needs to be traded. And everything has to be done by 4 p.m. on August 29th. He's trolling. Arku. I'm not worried. He's trolling. But the 5 players that they have up here, I'm just going to throw them out real quick. They got Shaquille Barrett, the edge rusher from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, possibly being on the trade block during these roster cuts. La'el Collins, the offensive tackle for the Cincinnati Bengals, he's still on the trade block because of his injury status is the reason why of that. Zach Ertz, the tight end of the Arizona Cardinals, is on this list. You got Christian Kirkley, the linebacker from the Houston Texans, on this list, and you have the tight end Logan Thomas from the Washington Commanders on this list that possibly could be traded before roster cuts. How you feel about those 5 players being up there?
Those are all guys that's like, you know, they're it's either the contract or it's the play.
I mean, according to, they have the reasoning why they have those up there, but the one that stands out to me is Shaquille Barrett, and it says that that he has an instrumental part of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense since he signed with the club in 2019. He earned the only 2 Pro Bowls nods in his career and a Super Bowl ring in his second with the organization. It may be time for the 30-year-old to change uniforms. Barrett is owed a massive amount of cash for a upcoming season, which one of the Bucs are very unlikely to contend following Tom Brady's retirement. Then it says that Barrett is coming off of Achilles injury that cost him more than half of the 2022 NFL season. It was the first time that he missed more than 3 games with the injury entering the league when he came undrafted in 2014. So before his Achilles tendon issue cropped up, it says that Barrett's production appeared to be declining. He recorded just only 3 sacks in 8 contests and a noticeable dip from 10 sacks in 15 games that he recorded in the prior season, well off the mark of 19 and a half sacks that he noted during his first year in Tampa. I didn't even know he was 30, honestly.
I mean, look, hold on. I'll say this. All right. Edge rushers, and by edge rushers, I mean rushing linebackers.
Right.
Right. You have to give him somebody else to cause pressure. He's one of the easiest double teams. And I don't mean that like he's not good, because he is good.
Yeah.
But you're given the option of putting either 2 offensive line or offensive line and a tight end on him. If you don't have somebody else to cause pressure, somebody else to be able to pull some of those guys off every once in a while, you can't expect him to have double-digit sacks. You know, it's like look who was playing on the other side. When's the last time he had somebody that was playing notable on the other side? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I can't really think of the last real other rusher outside of him, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and the other one that stood out to me was it did kind of stand out, but it's just a notable name is Zach Ertz. Of course Zach Ertz has a great career anyway, even majority of his time with the Philadelphia Eagles.
He might be asking for that trade too. Because he's like, look, man, I only got a few more years left. I might as well go to a contender, get the fuck up out of here. Y'all revamping this whole organization again. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out here.
And then even with Zach Ertz is coming off of a significant knee injury that cost him 7 games last season too. He did sign a 3-year extension for $10 million annually, and a tight end went down in week 10 with a torn ACL and MCL, according to Michael Garfalo of the NFL Network. So that could be one that could be one that he wants to get out of Arizona, because Arizona is a terrible organization and they have nothing to win for, and injuries.
Vikings, hello.
The Vikings got Hawkinson.
They got Hawkinson.
They got TJ Hawkinson.
They traded. Oh, so
the Lions traded TJ Hawkinson to Minnesota.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck. Detroit ain't gonna go after him. Fuck.
Detroit could go. Detroit could go after him, but they just drafted Sam Laporta out of Iowa, and they really high on him right now. So I don't know if they're gonna go after an older Zach Ertz. Anthony Price said he would trade Ertz to Washington, but Logan Thomas is coming off of the same injury that Zach Ertz had. So why would you want to trade for that? So
you a fool. Yeah, little Mo Green. No, Washington do not want Ertz.
Shout out to my bro Mo Green, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Send Ertz to the Colts. You know what? That could be really helpful for Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, they gonna need something. They
do need a tight end. That's one. I don't even know who their tight end is right now for the Indianapolis Colts. So I think Ertz going to the Colts, it definitely would be a little bit more, give another weapon to Anthony Richardson, help him out, and give him that safety blanket for Anthony Richardson to evolve, because I know he's going to start. I know Anthony Richardson's going to be the starting quarterback starting week 1. Unfortunately, that's going to happen, but now you add another weapon to help him. So, the other ones didn't really stand out to me. Christian Kirkley, Kersey, I didn't really know too much. I know a few about him, but I mean, he was a high draft pick for the Houston Texans that just didn't pan out. So at the end of the day, when it comes to roster cuts, we're going to see what's going to happen with Jonathan Taylor. We're going to see what's going to happen with all these guys, man. It's just so much going on this offseason with people wanting to be traded. What's going to happen with Trey Lance? What's going to happen with Jonathan Taylor? A lot of NFL news came down the pipeline. But do I really want to talk about this boy? Do I really want to talk about this man? James freaking Harden. I am so sick of this. And only reason why I'm talking about it because
he did a crowdfunding. He did a crowdfunding with his own. He
sure did. And what makes me mad about this whole situation with James Harden? Matter of fact, I'm blaming the NBA because 100K ain't shit. Number one, you would find a guy 100K for what he said about Daryl Morey. I don't know what the conversation was. From what I'm hearing, that he was supposed to guarantee Harden a max contract after he opted in and took a pay cut last year. Don't know. Don't care. Just get on with it. Trade him. Do something. If you're Daryl Morey, he got on there and went to a community event and said that Daryl Morey was a liar. Please. What he's lying about, James Harden? You want to put that out there to the universe? What else he's lying about? I'm done with James Harden, yo. I'm done with it. I'm making this conversation short and sweet when it comes to the beard. But the NBA, you gotta do better organization-wise. If he's gonna call out one of your GMs that he works for, and you only find the player 100K, that's not even a slap on the wrist. That's not even a slap on the wrist. This man makes millions of dollars to be a bum. I'm not talking about his past. I'm not talking about what he did with Houston. I'm not talking about what he did with Oklahoma City. I'm talking about this previous year. Yes, he had a few good games in the playoffs, but we all know he stinks in the playoffs. So Daryl Morey, just get it done. Get him away from the Philadelphia 76ers. Find some quality players to put around Joel Embiid and get James Harden the hell out of Philadelphia. Because now, once you did that to Daryl Morey, you turned your back on Morey and you turned your back on this organization. And now the fans don't like you either. Mac, what you got to say real quick before we go next?
Next.
Oh, man. He said, if I win the Mega Millions, hold up. He said, if I win the Mega Millions this year, I'm giving everyone on your team $25K. Let's go. Give me $25K right now. Shit.
No. He means he's going to buy you a copy of NBA 25K.
Listen, I'm with it. Mo Green, be real. If you win the millions, get Hopkins a house of his own pay and buy Mac a home in Owing Mills, LOL.
No, bro, don't put me in no motherfucking Owing Mills. Bro, like
at $100, Harden would win a ring if he cut the beard. You know what? I still don't believe it. He ain't win shit at Arizona State.
Look,
so he ain't have no beard then.
If he wants a ring, there's 3 places he can go, and he knows where to go.
Yeah.
Look, you could go to the Celtics. That's a possible fucking ring. You could go to Miami. That's a possible fucking ring. You know what I mean?
Don't go to Miami. I left the Sixers because of James Harden. Don't come to Miami.
He go to the fucking Nuggets. He go to the Nuggets.
Go to the Nuggets. I do not care. Go to the Nuggets and sit on the bench, but don't come to Miami.
No, we put him in Bruce Brown's role. It could work.
mean, that's only if James Harden wants to be a bench player.
I mean,
That's the problem.
You don't have to put him on the bench. You don't have to put him on the bench.
Who would you take out of the starting five? Because Bruce Brown was not a starter.
I mean, he was in some of the playoffs. I didn't watch a lot of regular season games. Okay, if I watch regular season game, it's the Wizards or it's the Celtics. I didn't watch games like that. Playoffs, hell yeah.
Yeah, I just had to throw that out there, man. I just had to throw that out there for James Harden because, like, NBA, you should have did more than give him some goddamn 100K. 100K is like $10 to us, but to him,
no, not necessarily.
100K to the way as much 10, money that James Harden has made.
Like 10,000. It's more like 10,000. No. I wouldn't say $10 because, like, I'm telling you right now, ain't no way that man got over $100 million in his bank account right now.
You got to think about the endorsements that he got too.
Man, with the financial irresponsibilities that he's had, are you fucking like, bro? My man has easily spent $100 million in jewelry, easily. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like let's sit back and think about this shit. Let's think about all the clubbing and all the partying. You think that shit don't add up?
It adds up. Don't get me wrong.
You think James Harden's in here? Oh, $20,000. $20,000. Yep, our VIP room, we gonna rent it out $20,000, and then another $10,000 for bottle service, and then like, bro, and this man do this on the regular. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, he can have all them endorsement deals. He can have tennis shoe, but bro, when you spend money,
I mean, true, absolutely, absolutely. But we're down to the final topic because I was going to talk about Sha'Carri Richardson because a lot of people fail to talk about as much slander that woman got the last couple of years. You know, for her smoking weed or smoking marijuana or finding some type of drug in her system, which it was not no steroid or nothing of that nature. And she's the fastest woman to win the 100 meter. Y'all need to leave that girl alone.
Salute.
Y'all need to leave that girl alone. I
was behind her. I backed her like hell.
Like, I did too.
Everybody I know here in Baltimore, man, we was all like, we rooting for you.
And I just don't get it how they try to slander her. Like, you know, those everything first came, they tried to slander her through the rug because they tried to make it seem like she was the what's the other girl that was on steroids that was fast? Marion Jones. They try to compare her to Marion Jones. Listen, and Marion Jones was the main one that was taking all the steroids. So Sha'Carri Richardson is different than Marion Jones.
Tell me how crazy this is, right? So women, right, if you're in the Olympics and your testosterone levels test too high, you can be disqualified from a sport.
Yeah, but what if that is a condition? But what if that is a condition where, because I know some women that was born with more testosterone than estrogen. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
You know, so when it comes to that, I'm sitting here like, okay, if that's the case of how you saying it, Matt, the USA committee, or however they do it, should have documentation of that. So it won't make it seem like, okay, this person's taking testosterone or this person taking steroids or whatever.
Well, no. I mean, that's what they have. They have a rule, and it states that, like, if you participate in certain sports and you do like certain, and you're a woman and your testosterone levels test too high, they can disqualify you from going against, because it says it's like it's an unfair advantage, which is bullshit. It's bullshit.
Especially if that's how it happens, how you grew up that way. Look. I think it should be even down the fucking middle. Like if you want to compete in sports
It's like everybody should have their own group, especially when it comes like to Olympics. Like even trans people want to compete in the Olympics. Bam, they go against other trans. Like if you're a trans woman converting into a woman, you go against other guys that are converting into women, and the same thing for the females that are converting into men. It's just like that's who you compete against. You know what I mean? Like if we're gonna include everybody, then include everybody against their own subgroups. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, agree.
Versus trying to push too many lines, because then it gives unfair advantages to everybody.
It does give unfair advantages, but if some women out there that's not taking anything medically to transition and they just have more testosterone than they have estrogen, just from not doing anything medically, then I mean, I don't know how a female can stop that. I mean, I don't know if
you can't.
Yeah, you can't. So
you shouldn't have to, because it's natural. It's fucking natural.
Yeah, it's natural. So in that situation, if I am the USA Olympics committee, right? If I'm them, I would make a separate Olympics, because it's transgenders, it's lesbians, it's gays, it's whatever, all across this goddamn world, not just in the United States, but all across this goddamn world. Let them compete in their own Olympics.
I mean, yeah, the sexual orientation and all that, like, to me, like that shouldn't matter in the first place. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Everybody should be able to compete versus a person
of their kind, right?
Yeah. Right. Like whether it's transitioning, non-transitioning, you know, whatever. Like,
agreed.
That it's, for me, it's that simple.
Agree, but when it comes to Sha'Carri Richardson situation, I just feel like they try to slander her, because they would probably say stay off the weed. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith, I stole that from you, and I don't care. But okay, yeah, she was smoking weed. So the hell what? She was still the fastest mother effer in the world doing it. Like, hello. Like, what are we doing here? Like, y'all tried to slander her, y'all tried to end her career, and now she's dominating the way she's dominating, and she's just like, oh, F you, I'm not talking to the media.
Oh, bro, I wouldn't be surprised, man. Some dispensary needs to get a hold of her and get her smoking a joint while running. Bro, I'm just telling you, sponsorships come rolling in. Get it?
Oh yeah. But I think she got. Don't get me wrong. I think she got a few sponsorships already. I think she got to do a few partnerships, because that's how they. Because even though when they in the Olympics, they do the preliminaries and all that stuff, during that time that they're not running or not training, they get paid through their endorsements. So I think she got money. She got money. Don't get me wrong. So Sha'Carri Richardson, I'm proud of you, love. I appreciate you, and you keep doing what the hell you doing. Fastest woman in the 100-meter, and beating out Jamaica and all those other countries that you beat out. And mind you, I don't know if you saw the highlights, bro. She didn't even start out winning the race. She had to come back from like 4 runners down and outdid everybody midway through. And she didn't even start off winning the race. That's the crazy part. The girl can run. The girl can run.
Anthony Price, what the?
Is it the weed or the color of her skin? You know what? It might be both. It might be both. Because you don't know what colors these people are on the USA committee. Because if you notice, every successful black runner, like to Michael Johnson, to Marion Jones, now Sha'Carri Richardson, because they're so good. Well, Marion Jones, I can't really advocate for, but Michael Johnson, I don't think he didn't take no steroids, and they had to test him, and he was just that good.
Yeah, no, and while we're on this type of subject, hold on a second. Figure skater.
A figure skater. Interesting. Now I'm ready to hear this. I'm ready to hear this. I don't know what is going on with mine.
Star Andrews.
Okay. I heard of that name before.
So no matter what she did, on how good she did it, they wouldn't let her win. They wouldn't let her win. So she went out there and did a fucking flip on the ice. Flipped completely.
Okay.
Like, whoop! You know what I'm saying? On the ice. Like literally, when she came down, like her face was like not even less than a foot away from the ground, and then flipped over on like, okay. They still wouldn't let this girl win. And when I tell you, like it had everything to do with her skin color. They were fucking racist. They were pieces of shit because they didn't want to let her win. And I've seen episodes on it. I've seen a few documentaries on it. If you want to watch it, it's freaking awesome. But yeah, no.
So Anthony might just have a point there, though. Anthony might just have a point there because it could really be the color of the skin to not let them win or be successful at what they do. So
No, I got it wrong. It's Saria Bonale.
Up, there go Mac butchering names. It ain't me this time.
But yeah, sorry, I got it wrong. I completely apologize. I don't know. Yeah, and of course it won't fucking show it.
Yeah, because you're on a virtual screen. That's why. You on that virtual screen.
It's not gonna do it. But yeah, so Saray Bonale, Bonally.
I'm gonna say Bonale.
Yeah, Saria Bonale. She went to the Olympics and yeah, no. They was like, no.
But hey, I mean, hopefully, Sha'Carri can still keep doing her thing and stuff of that nature. Shout out to my boy Mo. He said his early DFS. He does DFS as well on the sports book. Detroit 6.5 versus KC, Baltimore 9.5 versus Houston, and Minnesota and Tampa Bay over 45.5. Mo, you got to get up with Mac when it comes to the bets and picks, man. You got to get up with him. So,
oh man, I got picks that, bro. I've ran through so many different picks and different scenarios, bro. I got a bunch of bets covered for week 1 of the NFL.
So we'll definitely I am going to make a fantasy league tonight for the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. So I'm gonna send it in the group chat and
So I will say this next.
Are you going to join? Are you going to join the league?
What league?
The league. If I make a fantasy league, are you going to join it?
I mean, I guess yeah, sure.
Mac do not like fantasy leagues.
I'm telling you, if I get the last pick in the draft, I'm auto drafting. Fuck them.
But you notice when you're the last pick, you get the first pick in the next round, right? That's the strategy.
Yeah, no. I mean, again, I've been in fantasy leagues with butthole people, where first round it'll be like 10 or 12 of us. Everybody takes a quarterback.
But I'm only picking. See, this the thing about this. I'm only picking
no.
people to be in this league. I ain't doing no 12 people.
If I don't pick a quarterback, guess what they'll do? They'll turn around. Everybody else will grab the rest of the quarterbacks. That's so crazy. It's like, bro, I've had it happened to me two years in a row. When I didn't grab a quarterback, I went tight end. I went wide receiver. I went running back. Everybody snatched the rest of the quarterbacks. Like, bro, Derek Carr was my quarterback for back-to-back years.
I felt sorry for you, brother. I know. Did you go look on the waiver wire to see who was on there to pick up off waivers?
Yeah, nobody.
So you tell me nobody was better than Derek Carr always?
Like, no, it was nobody.
Yo,
I didn't play fantasy last year. I played the year before that.
Okay. So we'll get more into it though. I got a quick question for you for NBA start, bench, and cut. Do you start Luka Doncic? Do you bench Jason Tatum? Or do you cut Kevin Durant? So Doncic, Tatum, Kevin Durant. Who you start, bench, and cut? Like it's gonna be a tough one here. Who you starting? Who you benching? Who you cutting? Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, or Kevin Durant?
So automatically, look, KD is my backup. He's my backup.
KD's on your bench, basically.
KD's on my bench. There's either way, KD's on my bench. I'm having a hard time because it's like Tatum can drop 50, but Luka can drop 60.
So you're going to cut Tatum, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm cutting Tatum. Okay.
So you're cutting. So Anthony Price
don't get me wrong. This is fucking. It's hard for me. It is fucking hard. but for me, Tatum has way more off nights than Luka does. So consistency is key, and that's why he got cut.
Say no more. Say no more. And last but not least, I don't know if y'all heard, today is Kobe Bryant's birthday. The GOAT himself, one of the greatest to ever do it. He would have been 45 today. Crazy, right? That even though that he even passed away, it still don't feel like he didn't pass away. So rest in peace to the GOAT and happy birthday to you. And speaking of another GOAT, Michael Jordan. I don't know if you heard this. It was a podcast on actually it was on Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith Jordan texted Stephen A. Smith to let them know on First Take that Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time. And only reason why that came up,
not a debate.
Only reason why that
not a debate.
It's not a debate. It's not a debate at all. But the only reason why it came up because Stephen Curry went on Gilbert's Arenas podcast and he felt as though that he was the greatest point guard of all time. But he did mention Magic right behind him. But I am not agreeing with that. I understand, Steph Curry, you want to be confident in yourself and make yourself the greatest point guard of all time, but I'm not saying you're the greatest point guard of all time. I'm just not saying it. Magic Johnson is the greatest. He's the one that made the triple doubles freaking irrelevant. I mean, it was around, don't get me wrong, but it made it more relevant when he was doing it. So Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time. I'm sorry to say.
Magic Johnson can you can bottle him up like in any one of those 80 years from 80 to 89. Right. You take Magic Johnson, healthy Magic Johnson, any one of those years, and you can drop him off in any time from NBA past to NBA present, and he will fucking dominate.
Agreed.
Dominate. There's nobody in the NBA today. You're not going to tell me you're going to take a 23, 25-year-old fucking Magic Johnson, put him in the league right now, and he's not hands down going to be the top three. Right. Top three. And I'm talking about top three in the NBA, let alone in the league. He will be absolutely the best. Like,
you trolling, bro.
LeBron James would be crying.
Yeah, he'll be crying.
There's and then again, you're talking about the work ethic, the run, the drive, come on, man.
We all know that.
Come on,
it's not even the debate, bro. It's not even a debate. I'm sorry, it's not. Magic Johnson is the greatest to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, when you're talking about generational fucking person. You're talking about the whole
generational talent.
He took rings from Hall of Famers.
He sure did.
You understand? Like that's what honestly makes the greatness is the teams you're beating on a regular basis, the teams you beat in the playoffs, the teams you beat on the road to the ring. Like,
people had to fail to realize, even as a point guard, he had to play center for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar just to win that championship against Philadelphia. because Kareem could not go. He was playing center and fucking point guard at the same time. He is the main reason why LeBron James could play the way he plays. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, no, I mean, but that's wholeheartedly. That's my point. That is literally my point. There's nobody that could guard him then. There's nobody that could guard him now. Like, and the whole thing is, it's essentially like, dude, he's got what is that old Leonard Skinner song? Give me 3 steps. He's got them 3 steps all day long in this NBA today. Right. Like, are you kidding me? He's, oh my God, bro. And I
think it'll be too easy for Magic in today's game. It'll be too easy.
Listen to me. Magic Johnson, right? You can take Harden, you get rid of him. You literally swap out Magic Johnson for Harden with the 76ers team as is right now.
The Sixers will win the championship.
They get to the they get to the championship show.
Yeah.
You put prime Magic Johnson in. All he needs is Embiid. All he needs is Embiid.
Facts. That's all he needs. And then you got a young Tyrese Maxey to be the 1-2. You put Tyrese Maxey at the 2 and put Magic at the 1. That would be that would be nasty. Nasty. You mix the young, like you put a prime Magic with a young and up and coming Tyrese Maxey with a Joel Embiid. Everybody's game would be elevated on the 76ers if that ever happened.
Now I'm gonna say this, okay? From a mental standpoint, 2 players I would love to see play against this generation would be Larry Bird and Dennis Rodman. The talking
won't be allowed in this league. That's the problem.
Bro, no. Listen to me. I don't give a fuck. Dennis Rodman coming up and whispering in your ear, I like your ass. Bro, that shit used to flip people out. Like, you would see motherfuckers. Like, bro.
Rodman did play a lot of mind games, though. That's one thing I can say.
Alonzo Mourning.
Mourning. I remember that.
Alonzo Mourning completely out of the game.
Yup.
Like, and he would do that shit on a regular basis, even back when he was with Detroit, and then went to the Spurs, and then when he was with the Bulls, it was completely hands. There was no hands on that wheel, baby. He would talk shit, whisper stuff in your ear, rub up all up on you, say, "Yeah, you like that, don't you, bro?" Motherfuckers, you get off me. Like, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, bro! I think these the guys coming in the league today. I ain't saying all of them soft. But I'm just saying
they soft enough.
Bro, don't you can't do that to me. He out there on that court crying, Jack.
Crying like a big baby. That's all. Like somebody stole their candy or something.
Bro, could you imagine Larry Bird? Like, I mean, like mid to late 80s Larry Bird, where he dribbled the ball in the court, motherfucker talking about, come here. Look, I'm gonna go right around you. Pretty little shot. Watch this. Ready? Whoop. See, told you. Oh, you can't stop shit. Yeah, shit. Like, bro, oh my God, the trash talk.
Mac, you got someone for that, Lance Stevenson.
I love Lance Stevenson.
I love the trash talking from Lance Stevenson, though.
Bro, and the whole thing is, like, dude, he was a fucking lunch pail, blue collar NBA player. He was. I don't give a fuck. Like, bro, he went up against anybody and he gave the same amount of effort no matter what.
Right.
And I give it to him. Was he the best at anything? No. But did he have great flashes? Did he have real good games? You goddamn right. I'm not going to take that shit away from him. Like, bro, my man was going head to head with LeBron and he wasn't doing too motherfucking bad.
Facts. But
so, I mean, he got in LeBron's head. At some point, he was in LeBron's head. So my man did something right. He had his 15 minutes.
But there you have it, guys. We finally back in order with everything. Episode 65 is in the books for the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe. Y'all see all the social medias at the bottom from Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all at DhopkinsShow. Shout out to everybody that has been using the SeatGeek. SeatGeek has really been coming along for both for Nothing But Raiders podcast and the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. But like I said, Use that promo code DHopkins, get $20 off your first purchase. Use those tickets to get NFL games, anything that's on there. WrestleMania tickets is up there. So if you want to go to WrestleMania, use the promo code DHopkins to get the WrestleMania tickets, which it'll be in Philadelphia next season. But those tickets are up there.
Oh,
So,
I shared that wrestler. I shared the wrestler in the group chat.
It was MJF. I was right. It was MJF. He's the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. That's exactly who he was.
Yeah,
but
dude, bro. I like.
He's really good. He's really good.
He could do great, like going against Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, and like, bro, the storylines that you could write with those guys.
Yeah.
And the mouthpiece he's got on him, fuck, man, that shit would be sweet.
I watch. Actually, NXT comes. I mean, not NXT. Actually, AEW comes on tonight at 8:00. I'll be watching it, and I'm watching it just because of MJF, and I think he's going up against Adam Cole, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll get more into that.
And then I'll say this: the managers of today suck.
They do
suck in wrestling.
They do.
The fact that Paul Heyman is still a mouthpiece to this day is fucking.
He's the best manager that they have right now in the industry.
Listen, Jimmy Hart was a manager for a couple decades because he was so fucking good at it. He was a personality. He brought pizzazz. He brought showmanship and you know what I mean, dialect to it. But it's like, don't get me wrong, Paul Heyman is good. He's good. He's always been good. But it's
absolutely.
Like there's nobody else you can get that can grab a mic and be a mouthpiece and draw and talk shit. Like Jesus Christ, the fact that like, bro, I would rather see Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mick Foley be general managers just so they can fucking talk shit on the mic.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that they don't like, how is Undertaker? How is he not a general manager?
I think Undertaker is really taking time. I don't think he wants to. If he comes,
I mean,
back,
he's traveling doing a one-man show.
I'm waiting for that one-man show to actually come to Philadelphia. I don't think he's going to come up north, but I need for him to come to Philadelphia. I want to go to that. I do.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's again, for me, it's just like there's other people you could bring in. There's more things that you can do. You have so many old wrestlers that are sitting on the shelf. You have new guys that are sitting on the shelf. You're not going to tell me that you can't get a wrestler that you can take and dub them out that's got a mouthpiece on them. You're telling me all the guys in the back, none of them got a real good mouthpiece. They can only do what they do. That's it. Nobody can change it up a little bit and say, fuck it, I'm going to go be a mouthpiece for somebody else. Like, absolutely. Where's all the good shit talkers? That's half of what wrestling is. It's acting and talking shit. It's reality TV. Like, I mean, that's what, bro, I'd love to be a motherfucking wrestler, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't finna wrestle nobody for no fucking 30 minutes. I feel like that'd be just a fucking waste.
You gotta be in shape to do that, bro.
I mean, I can tell you right now. Look, I wrestle with my son on a regular basis. Like we
you know what?
Weights and shit. I can pick up and power bomb the shit out of fucking somebody.
You're absolutely right about that on WWE. Bobby Lashley is definitely being a good manager to the new Hurt Business, which is a fraction on WWE with the tag teams, the Street Profits. I kind of like that. It's kind of making the Street Profits turn heel a little bit, and we need more heels. We have too many faces in wrestling at this point. But just to let y'all know, if y'all not watching anything on Netflix, make sure y'all go to Untold on Netflix and have the Swamp Kings on there, the documentary of the Florida Gators of the Urban Meyer era with the Aaron Hernandez stuff and all that stuff that was happening behind the scenes of the University of Florida. Make sure y'all go check that out. If y'all on Tubi, make sure y'all watch QB1. QB1 has the documentary of Bryce Young and a few other quarterbacks that's in the NFL right now that went through high school to college to NFL. You want to watch that? You can as well. So, the Johnny Manziel documentary was pretty dope too. A few things that's going on Netflix. They have some great sports documentaries. So just to throw a few out there. And I think it's called Winning Time too for the documentary of the LA Lakers. That's on.
It's not a documentary.
Max.
It's not a documentary.
It's a show. It's a show, right?
Yes, the family has sued to prove that is not a documentary.
Okay, so it's not a documentary. Okay. Okay, it's not a documentary, but if you want to watch it, it's on HBO Max. So that's it right there. Any final thoughts before we head out, man?
I've still never watched any of the Aaron Hernandez shit. None of it.
I have. It's on Netflix, but the fact
the
that
Manziel shit, I'm not gonna watch that neither. Like, I mean, personally, I wasn't necessarily rooting for those guys. So, like, they weren't on my radar. I picked Gronk. I wanted Gronk.
the university.
I didn't
It's
care
not just about Aaron Hernandez, but it's about the University of Florida in that Urban Meyer era.
No, I
of
get
him being
what
a
you're
coach.
saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's Tebow's team. I don't give a fuck about Tebow. Fuck, I don't want to watch anything about him. I know what he did. I like, bro. That was from my teenage years. I can remember that. So, like, for me, it's like if you weren't somebody I saw that did something spectacular, or the way you played, or your attitude, your character, you know what I mean, your mouthpiece. Like, I love guys who can get mic'd up and talk shit the entire game, where they have to cut out a bunch of footage, but they still got so many fucking gems. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. So
Steve Smith. That's the whole reason why Steve Smith is on television, bro. I'm telling you, them mic'd up moments, bro. They had so many gems of Steve Smith that they made, like, they did a whole 30-minute show about it.
Right.
In
Yeah.
one season, you can make a 30-minute show of all the clips. Are you fucking kidding me? But anyway, I want to go eat. Man, it's been a great show. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a great evening.
Absolutely. So make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. We are out of here, y'all. Peace, love, and blessings. And we'll be back Friday for Nothing But Raiders podcast. I mean, not Nothing But Raiders podcast. I'm bugging. The Darion Hopkins show will be back for that. And I will be doing preseason football tomorrow too. So we're out of here. Peace, love, and blessings. And we're out.